Okay, so we looked at these different series on the American Revolution, and like I said, reading of the letters is very important. Letters of the founders in the context of the time they were writing, like check out and see when Madison was sitting in the Constitutional Convention. What were the letters going back and forth at that time between him and Jefferson that was sitting in France? And then you have to study what happened in the convention, Constitutional Convention, who was from where, what were their interests. That era of American history, that history is extremely, extremely important. Okay, so let's learn a couple of words. قانون اساسی. قانون اساسی is fundamental law. قانون is law. اساسی is basic, fundamental, which means the Constitution. قانون اساسی, fundamental law. Okay, this is a series, a PBS series I came across actually last year. And it's a 6-part series. It's pretty good to use as a general reference point, reference work on the subject. It's really good. I mean, for 6 hours, they've done their best. It's really good. I recommend it. Since we are there, remember we talked about Khudavand, but I told you for short we say Khuda for God. Khuda. Okay, this is the Ken Burns series on the American West, and it's pretty good. I watched it a year after it came out. It's really good. I think it's a good idea to take a look at the whole series as one studies the American history. This along with some other works, like he did one on Jefferson's, God, I'm drawing a blank. It'll come to me here in a second. But when Jefferson, after the Louisiana Purchase, sent his 2 officers to West to explore, Lewis and Clark, that series is really good. It just kind of gives you a background of what's going on. Since we're there, let's learn a new word. Garb. Garb is west. Garb. Garb is west. Like in Farsi, when you're saying the Western world, you say Jahan. Jahan is world. Jahan Garb. Western world. All right, there's another word for you. Jahan Garb. All right, back to look at my favorite American president right there, Abraham Lincoln. This series, along with quite a few other works, tons of stuff on C-SPAN on Abraham Lincoln. I think understanding Abraham Lincoln is just absolutely necessary. He is truly a person that started with humble beginnings, and America and the world was lucky that he became president and actually kept the Union together. So this work, I think it's a 3 or 4 volume work, and it's awesome. Again, I showed you the Civil War series by Ken Burns. It was unique the way it was done. Like one of the characters, one of the historians he has, is Shelby Foote. And if you watch Shelby Foote on C-SPAN in-depth program, it's just kind of interesting. And for people who, excuse me, are overseas, don't have a chance to make it to the battle sites, or just want to be an armchair historian, this Smithsonian series kind of tells you about the different battle sites. You kind of look at them and see where they are located at. It's interesting, I think, to take a look at. Since the word Abraham is common, it's actually very common in Iran too, and a lot of Muslim majority countries. Abraham in Farsi, we have the equivalent, it's called Ibrahim. Ibrahim, after the prophet Abraham. Ibrahim. Ibrahim. You're lucky. I didn't know about Abraham Lincoln as much as I know now, for sure, when you were born. Or 99% chance you would have been named Abraham. Abraham, probably middle name Lincoln. No, I'm kidding. Abraham for sure. Okay, I'll stop with the video parts and we'll just go over these words again. Qanun is law. Qanun Asasi is the fundamental law or the Constitution, the basic law, the main law. Khuda, Khuda, short for Khudavand, God. Gharb, Gharb is west. Gharb, Gharb. Jahan Gharb, Jahan, remember, was world, the Western world. Jahan Gharb. And what else? Abraham, Ibrahim. Ibrahim. Okay?